position. 14 points from those 13 games, chasing what will be their 5th win in 13 games. But interestingly, away from home, they're playing for an 8th time, now winless in the last 3 away games. This is their only away win, 1-0 over SuperSport United back in November. Collected 3 points from a possible 21 on the road. Earlier today, you had Golden Arrows at home to Tix Galaxy. Just can't seem to replicate their home form away from home. It's a 1-1 draw when it's all said and done, which sees Galaxy now in 11th position. Standard Nation have gone up a level and gone up in log position. They're in 6th now on 19 points after that draw. In fact, they are unbeaten in the last 4 games. But in this particular encounter, this is what it's all about. These sides last, in fact, met in the year 2022-23 twice that year. Chippa winning 1-0. Marumo, the hero on that day, and another 3-3 outcome soon to follow after that one. But yeah, prior to that, we will be getting to what else the action is in terms of team sheets. Chippa United have got Ivan Gar up top. Darren Johnson is an interesting inclusion in between the stakes. He gets his first start and first game for the club. Ayabulela Kwangobe and Andile Jali at the center of midfield for them. No Stanley Mobali, as he's still reeling from the loss of his mother, so it gives a chance for Darren Johnson to have a chance throughout the game in between the sticks. And to take you through the setup for Chippa United as I manda Toki Dlamini. Docs, I'm looking at Charlie, I'm looking at Apella Teto. Most importantly, they're looking at Ivan Gar up top.
Yep, the likes of Teto need to be very efficient today, giving the supply to the likes of Ivan Gar, but the experience of the likes of Charlie, Justice Shabalala as well, need to protect the goalkeeper.
And Azola Matrose plays what will be his 2nd game, the Betway Premiership. Apella Teto plays his 7th from the wing. That's where some of the danger will be plotted by those 2 men that you see in picture. And in terms of Marumo Gallants, you've got Kamelo Mahlati and Gabatinho Mhango, who will lead the line in a very interesting mix-up. There's Marvin Skosana, Trevor Matiani, the center of defense. Washington Arubi, who makes his 12th appearance in Marumo Gallants. Carlos Masindi Namatangela, he's a man that you will be keeping an eye out for, and a man that I'm sure Tabo September and Maputi Kenyatta would have focused a lot of their team talk. Confidence is playing with a lot of confidence. Danilo Semdami playing from the left wing as well, the Zimbabwean 24-year-old winger Edmanaka and Christopher Sitole, the engine in terms of the ebbs and flows of what they're looking to do. Doki Kumalo, Skosana Matiani, gonna have a handful in dealing with Nga and Co.
Yep, a big one for Marumo Gallants to come in the 4-2-3-1 formation, substituting the likes of Sitole for Mpambaniso in that midfield. But very interesting to see the likes of Msendami, Nemtajela in that midfield with the creativity, but of course a consistent back four complemented by Narubi in the goal sticks.
Man, oh man, I'm so excited. It's Dan Malisela alongside Sundra Govinda. He was complaining about the pitch just before the game. I was watching him, and he said it's not conducive to what he would like or what he dreamt of. But nonetheless, he's all smiles, back in his 3rd game after a mini absence. It's Pilarenkosi Kumalo at the helm of it all. Tabo Twice and Nandipa Menzen Kola Sitela, the quartet that will be handling tonight's much anticipated Betway Premiership encounter. 2022-21, the first time they ever met. Ivan Gar scored twice. Can he repeat that feat, the big Cameroonian? Ironically, he's only scored twice in 11 games. Lisekazini Matota, as we're about to touch base here. Buffalo City. Stand up. Now who will stand up to be counted? It's all said and done. Alongside me, Amanda Kameni with expert analysis. Yamazige is busy with Zama Masondo in Isizulu. Arnold Rankoko Shubi Kasisoto, Mr. Shusha Sugar with English commentary. Oh, that's an early chance already for the home side. In fact, there's a nice little dribble Nice weightage to get the crowd going. Let's go to Mahango now getting involved. Leaves the pass, by the way. Gallants in a change strip of, I think it's black. A touch of green from where I'm sitting. My side's not the best anymore. It's 2025, man, the years are going. Oh, Gallants, it's a simple gray and red. Nice back healer to get Edson Kumalo in the mix. But good anticipation. First real touch for the man that everything flows through, Ivan Gap. What a big influence he is on this Chippa United side, Amanda.
Yep. Great physicality, great presence in that 18-yard box. But it's just for Chippa United to really get him involved much more in the game and give him that necessary supply.
Marumo Gallants' biggest win in this fixture, 3-1. Most goals in a match. It was a 3-2 win back in 2022 for Marumo Gallants. One of the top goal scorers in this game is Ivan Gap. Marmanin Iguataro during his days. Got a singular goal as well for Gallants. Chivaviro has got a hat-trick of goals. Gondro pitched in with a couple as well. How difficult is it for Tawasepta? How easy even maybe to get him his side ready for this game? There's one thing to be mentally ready, but match fitness is something else, particularly if you last played on the 29th of December.
Yeah, it's long ago. It seems like it's a while ago, but like he says, it's just been a bit of a challenge for him and the team to find those, friendly games, but they have to remain focused. And the thing is, Chippa are languishing at the bottom of the half, and they shouldn't be there because of the quality that they have.
Indeed, coming into this encounter, 12th position with a 14 points haul, 9 goals scored, 10 let in with a -1 goal difference. Gallants have been getting stuck into their 9-5. But having done all of that, they're one position below Chippa.
Yeah.
In that 13th position with equal amount of points, but and it's the negative goal difference, -11. That's all got to do, I'm sure, with you know where I'm going with that. With 8-1, it's
Too soon.
Past is the past in the here and now. It's the away side. Mahango drops deep, loses out. Andile Jali harassed into making a mistake. Referee Kumalo right at the heart of it all, literally. He's at the heart of the center of the pitch. Gallants, they themselves chasing what would be their 5th win in 14 games. Johnny just slightly slow on that. Christopher Sitola, by the way, in the side for Mpambaniso. One change to the starting 11 today. That's what he's in the team for.
The coach did speak about his inclusion in the team, and I thought to myself, Mpambaniso in the previous game was doing really well to link up play from midfield up into the attacking third. But Sitola just gives you that physicality.
Speaking of attack, almost like a hot knife through butter. They cut through Marumo Gallants, who are facing their own goals. Alarm bells all around. But now there'll be alarm around Sinokolo Kwayiba. He's on the floor. He might have taken one to the ankle as the ball was just behind him. One from Makebeja, former Pretoria Kelly's man.
And you best believe that Chippa definitely need Kwaiba. Just his involvement in terms of goal actions, goal contributions, hasn't really seen the back of the net, which has been worrisome for Chippa United. If it's not Kwaiba, it has to be Nga. Nga has been starved of the supply. But those are the physical battles we're going to see this evening.
Just to add to that point, 11 games in all competitions for Kwaiba. 2 goals in 816 minutes all around. only got a 3-goal contribution during those games that he's played in. So it's not exactly making a lot of teams lose sleep over such numbers. Tawa September alongside Maputi Kanyeza. Bumped into Kwanele Kopo on Friday. The game out Super Sport United played in Polokwane City. He said he wishes all the best to Tawa September, and he gave me a little bit of ideas to where he may be going next, or where he'd like to go. What we would like and what happens are two different things. But in his Maputi Kanyeza, former Golden Arrows head mentor, what does he bring to the table, Toki?
I think looking at Coach Maputi Kanyeza coming from Golden Arrows as well, you could see the transformation that he brought to Golden Arrows, just the attacking ability of Golden Arrows. But maybe with Coach September as a defender, there'll be a balance of defending and attacking for Chippa, and hopefully those two great minds can really take Chippa to a much more respectable position in the log.
One thing both of them have in common, softly spoken men. Don't really speak much to Tabo no Maput. But they get their football to do all the commanding of the respect. I mean, such great careers between the two of them. But now two has become one of the bench of Chippa. I think Marumo Gallants have been able to do well in the opening 7 minutes. It's quieted down the crowd a little bit. Here they are looking to spoil the party. It's Team Hango. Not a press as yet. There's Vanguard triggers it, the big Cameroon, and that's more like it. And exactly the moment he did that, the next player was able to engage in Azola Matrose. Made it uncomfortable there for Marumo Gallants' defense.
Yep, and it's important for the striker to be the one that initiates, you know, the press. And of course, Vanguard, the closest to the ball, everyone else needs to react. The likes of Kwaiba need to be closer to the ball to squeeze that defense of Marumo Gallants, because they love to build out from the back.
Like I said, the last time Tawa September's team, we saw them in a competitive league game, was 29th of December. That loss away to Chiefs. In fact, it rendered them winless in the last 2 league matches, losing both 1-0 at home to Cape Town City and away to Chiefs. So they'll be desperate to get back to winning ways. A long, long time since they were in action. Of course, their game against Royal AM that took place for reasons now known. Wow. Chippa by you. Strength. You've never seen it. Kwaiba. Running onto it is Kongobe. Almost hit him with a bit of Koko from Kongobe. Good signs from the home side. All started by Nga and Kwaiba. Almost finished by Kongobe. Toki.
Yep. Good transitional attack from Chippa United. 3v5 in that instance. Kongobe just picking it up at the edge of the 18-yard box. Lines it up. Just doesn't get the target.
I think the pitch didn't do him any help at all as well. Just took a bit of a pound in the end as well. We were speaking about the shape it's in, and you're saying it looks a bit heavy underfoot. What sort of effect does that have over the course of 90 minutes?
It just makes you work a little bit harder. Running on such a heavy field as well on the legs is a bit taxing. Buffalo City doesn't really have much of a good drainage due to the rain, so it has really done well to hold up, but also underfoot. It's just a lot more muddy. The soil just holds the ball a little bit, so if you're a passer of the ball, you have to pass and make a firm pass.
Doki, I know you many things. I didn't know you're an agricultural expert as well. Turning inside out is Daniel Sandami. He inserts a dangerous looking cross, but his insertion lacks execution.
Sandami has been so exciting to watch. Just been the difference in this new sort of look of Gallants, just giving that wide position much more of an efficiency with those crosses. Just needs to be a little bit accurate.
You still know Daniel Sandami. I don't think too many people knew about him prior to him joining Marumo Gallants from Zhuaneng, July of 2024. made his name out in his country of birth of Zimbabwe, playing for Highlanders before moving to Zwaneng. It's his 13th game for Marumo Gallants, and what a find he's been.
Speaking about a find, Temba.
I know where you're going. I know, yeah. There's the cross. The name she's referring to, Masindi Nemdachela. Middle name Confidence.
You're about to see some confidence. Just love how much he just commands that midfield. Oozes confidence indeed. Great pass of the ball, great vision, and it's just such a good link in between the likes of Msendami, the likes of Gaba as well. They're looking so much more different. So if you're looking for someone to find raw talent, you know Coach Dan has a good eye.
He's a master of that. Absolutely right. I mean, you look at the potential, the propensity for real brilliance, attacking brilliance. Msendami, Nemadanjela, Mhango, Mahlati. So the M's and the M.
Yep. Speaking of Mahlati, it's good to see him having much more of the consistency in the lineup.
Past him, Sandan is in. Is that a brilliant tackle or a mistake? Referee Kumalo points. Did he point to the penalty spot, or did he say that's a free kick? And a yellow card is dished out as well for Justice Chabalala. Justice served. The replay will tell us. Lacking a bit of match fitness is Justice Chabalala.
Yep.
Hasn't been in the side of late. Sort of watch him brief the last two games. Inserted back in that back four alongside Thabo Makele. And perhaps this is a consequence of not having played competitive football since December, of course. Oh, that's a penalty all day.
Yep. He realizes that he's late. By the time he realizes that momentum once again just shifts towards Msendami, pushes the ball and wins that penalty.
That's clumsy there from a man who's playing in his 8th game overall, his 70th for Chippa United, but he's such an experienced campaigner, should know better. 129th game in the Premier League today.
Yep. We spoke about him being so influential in that back four in terms of also just protecting the goalkeeper who's having his first start, Darren Johnson. You would expect the likes of Justice Shabalala to hold the line, the likes of Gummies and their experience, the likes of Jolly as well, to just press the ball a little bit, not to allow that pass to come from midfield.
In the meantime, Marvin Sikosana having a conversation with Coach Dan, the man. As well, in the midst of all of that is Duncan Lechesa. Good to see him as well. All eyes on the new man, Darren Johnson. Would have sat at home, dreamt about getting a clean sheet, pulling off amazing headlining saves. He's got to do it from 12 yards out. I don't think he thought I'll be facing a penalty 14 minutes in. But it's Edgar Manaka against Johnson. Manaka! On target. First goal to Marumo Gallants. Chippa United are reminded what it feels like to be back at work.
Yep, great start for Marumo Gallants. The ever so reliable captain, Edgar Manaka, always converting from the penalty spot. A good way to start the match, but also just gives Coach Dan that little bit of confidence in the same and consistent lineup. And now it's bearing the fruits.
His third of the season, just like that, for Edgar Manaka. Johnson gets the right way, by the way. But just enough. Let the skipper do. Even got the build up to that, thought that the keeper was going to save it, but not to be. So yeah, Aaron Johnson signed from Ducks in January of 2024. One of those January signings. Speaking of January signings, a lot of talk about, you know where I'm going. Kermit Erasmus, is he going to be a Chippa United player? Is he not? Right now, apparently, don't quote me though. His touches. Chippa United look for a quick rebuttal to bounce back from Justice Chamalala's mistake. It's to the right-hand side. Teto is to really now apply himself, most importantly apply pressure consistently. The former Tex Galaxy prodigy is Mhlekazi, tumbles in installments. At least they hit back quickly. They didn't feel bad for themselves. Sergio Camis, 53rd game at the crest of Chippa United on his chest. And for man who saw red against Kukuna United back in September, I'm sure he won't mind me reminding him of that. A few Chippa United players that have been sent off in this campaign. Justice Shabalala's got walking, by the way. Tight defensive tightrope. That ball is dangerous, delectable, delivered. No takers though.
Beautiful corner worked in. An in-swinger should have been perfect, just looking for a touch. Chippa United attackers just missing it in front of goal. Nevanga, back of the post, misses it as well.
How did no one get a touch on that?
Big opportunity missed.
Big chance. Gets in a toe. Kwaiba heavily involved. Going through the gears. Azola Ntsabo. Sendami, wow. Such athleticism from the 24-year-old. You mentioned to me just before the game, watch out for the transition play of Gallants.
Yep. They are so efficient with the turnovers. Good organization, but they know where to play the ball now. The likes of Sendami are always available for the outlets, the wide areas. Gamanaka in that midfield as well, just bossing things, giving that physicality.
Nga Ntsabo, run made by Sino Kwaiba, but just couldn't bring it under his spell. And in his 11th PSL outing, I think one thing that will be extremely crucial as well for Chippa United, it's been their lack of goal-scoring edge. I mean, if you look at their main man up top in Ivan Gam, hasn't scored in the league since the 29th of September. And a 2-1 win against Galaxy. That's in September, Amanda. We're in January 2025 now.
Yep. And maybe that's why names like Kamiti Rasmus are coming into the fold.
Was that a foul? Referee Kumalo says away. I mean, for the home side, they've not scored in the last 2 league matches. They've only scored in one of the last 5 league games, which was a 2-0 home win over Makesi on the 30th of November. They failed to score in 5 of their 12 league matches this season. So perhaps that's why they picked up the phone and called Maputi Kanyaz, one of the deadliest strikers South Africa has ever produced.
Yep. And I think having worked with the likes of Mark Williams as well, he's always said emphasis in the kitchen. The striking department doesn't really get that much attention if it is that the coaches don't make time. So Coach Maputi Kanya's attacking department certainly is going to benefit from his experience.
Is this the Maputi Kanya's effect?
Yep.
Taking effect there. Ibas look good. Little bursts. Wrong position completely to affect the game then for Chavatsane. This is in Teto territory. Really baffling that attacking ability is not honed as a specialist skill.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
Yep. And that's why when we see the conversion rates and how much some of the players are missing the opportunities, it's the technique, so many fine details into the ability of finishing.
Two players around it, Kamis and Teto. I think it suits Agent B better than being a Pelelo Teto. Five-man wall, just put them off. Gami skips it, Teto approaches it. Oh, what a save! But on the follow-up, Ivan Gar. That's Shiga Dig Ding. He last scored in September. He remembers what it feels like in January. Back to work from Gar and Co. 1-1. What a free kick to set it up from Apelele Teto. Washington Arubi flung himself in the air, thought he had done the business. But Ivan Gar closed the deal.
Yep, you called it, Temba. Teto territory. Great technique. Has the ability to send it over the wall. It dips just in time. Arubi thought he had saved it. But look at that second ball. The runners in Ivan Gar spoke about not him scoring. And as a striker, you have to be sniffing in and around that box. He converts to give Chippa getting back in the game.
Amanda, we have a game on our hands. Look at the celebration between Grootman and Lentwana. And what is quite impressive in the replay of that goal, Kwaiba and Nga were following up.
Yep.
They were not relaxing on the laurels. And we were just speaking about the nuances and the intricacies of scoring a goal.
Yep.
I think that encapsulates it in one picture. If the strikers don't follow up, that goal doesn't happen.
Yep.
Maputi would have been saying to Ivan Gar, you have not been scoring, get in the kitchen and cook. Fortunate for Washington Urubi. And then Marumo Gallants come back with revenge in their sights. This is a good game, this.
Hard work is always rewarded, Temba. Speaking about strikers that don't usually get the necessary goals, you can get a little bit demotivated, but hard work, you have to keep sniffing around.
Third goal in 13 games in all competitions for the big Cameroonian. He is, in effect, again, on the chest, light work, right work, the pass feeds Azola Matrose. His second game, only got 33 minutes against SuperSport United on the 26th of November. Azola Matrose. So he's also just searching for match fitness and sharpness.
Yep. Good burst of pace, very explosive. An opportunity for him to raise his hand. The coach did speak about the 7 changes and just squad rotation. And I think this opportunity presents it to himself so that he can just really maximize on it.
A small, quaint and intimate ground has come alive now. Their team have given them something to smile about in January.
Worry not.
Worry not when the guy is on the scene. Captain Hango hasn't been able to produce the sort of impact as yet that Ivan Gar has had. He's also going through a bit of a goal-scoring variant. Last scored in an 8-1 defeat versus Pirates. And one out of Duet and Malawi. He's got an amazing PSL record. If you look at his numbers, decent numbers, particularly during his time at Pirates. Played 71 times for them, got 23 goals and 14 assists. Not many players can say that. Speaking of Pirates upper echelons, Matatiela's finest, Andy Lechani. 607 minutes altogether for the 34-year-old. Can't believe I'm older than Andy Lechani, man. I'm worried now. I'm really starting to get worried. Amanda's face, you should see it. Here's Mhango. Now with Kamohelo Mahlati, needs to show that dribbling wizardry. Sergio Kami says, Ndwanam, I've seen it all. I've been playing. 53 games today for Chippa United Gummies, and that showed in a tackle. Klegas is dispossessed easily. Kabatinya Mhango in a dangerous position, looks to shift his feet and then get a shot in. It just goes wide of the upright. It had keeper Darren Johnson worried. By the way, stat for you that will show why we are where we are. As Gallants almost look to hit back, Amanda.
Yeah, good pick up from Gaba. Good pressure though that is being put there by Marumo Gallants, the likes of Mahlati, forcing those errors and almost an opportunity for Marumo Gallants
to just shape that angle. Very clever. Dan thought it was him. Sorry, Praten. No time to dance for now. By the way, his side have conceded 9 first-half goals in 14 games, more than any other team in the league this season, and it's happened again.
Yep, especially at the opening of the season, Coach Dan and the team were really struggling finding a good starting 11. They concede most of their goals in the first half. They start off very slow, but second half they always pick up.
And then on the other side of the fence, Chippa United have scored 9 first-half goals in 13 games. Only Downs and Chiefs have scored more in the league. So those stats kind of work into each other, the yin and yang.
Yep.
It's 2 minutes or so approaching half an hour. Man, that's breezed by so quickly. Such has been the intensity and tempo of this encounter. The pass is lovely. It's creative. It was almost Mahlati in. They're not holding back, other two teams.
Yeah. As expected, both teams playing a similar formation or same formation, 4-2-3-1, which allows...
Swetivini, Chomi, Swetivini.
Bayamxelela.
Yegi phone. Don't know why he's on the phone when we have such a game. It's Betway Premiership action at its finest.
Or he's making a bet or something.
It's an in-swinger. Keeper Johnson comes out, but then back pedals. Should be cleared by Nga. And defensive duties now, Matrose. Almost beat his man, but crucial tackle from Masindi. Namtanjela, we have not seen him as an attacking force as yet, but he was there when he was needed defensively. Now with Kongobe. It's a big old battle in midfield. No time to think, blink, or even drink any water.
And hence the tactical change from Marumo Gallants, including Tole in that midfield and taking out Mpambaniso just to really compete with the physicality in that midfield. And I think so far Marumo Gallants are doing really well up against the likes of Kongoba and Andy Lichali.
And you can tell Coach Malesela's advice, do not give them time on the ball, especially in midfield. Jali and Kongobe will hurt you. Summer September watches on. 100% engaged. Says, just play. Stalin Matoto. The two old heads, Mhango and Jali. Referee Kumalo is gonna have his hands full with those two. By the way, combined age of 36. 76, I should say, between those two. Now here's Kwaiba. With a decent run to the left-hand side. Just left the ball behind. Crucial ingredient. We're trying to cook a dish. Don't forget the salt. Don't forget the ball in attack as well. There's Kamis from the left to the right now. They can't find an entry point. Beautiful work, Mahlati. That's what he's known for. 1v1 elimination of opponents at the feet of Msendami. Now, Namatangela. There was Namatangela. Door closed. The party's full. No time at all on the ball. And it's increasing in mistakes. Chippa in comparison last season. In 10th after 11 games with 14 points as we take in that close quarter battle. And 11 wins. Well, they played 11 games, 3 wins, 5 draws and 3 losses. They have the same number of points, but are 2 places worse off than last season. Football. And you think they were a better team last season as compared to this campaign, or vice versa. Hango, good touch, still keep. Looks for the 1-2. That's intricate. That's Johnson who smothers it. Seeing some real high quality, intricate attacking play from both teams.
Yep. Quick passes in and around the 18-yard box. Second ball comes in, Gabba picks it up. He's always just available to try and get the shot in. Quick combination play between him and Msendami was always available for that loose pass. Just couldn't get past the goalkeeper.
Gallants in comparison were in the top flight in 2022. 23 after 13 games, they were in 13th place with 13 points. It was, I don't know, lucky 13 or unlucky 13 for them. That's a lot of 13s. This season, they are 1 point better off in comparison to that 2022-23 season. They finished 16th, by the way, and relegated in particular year. So not fond memories, I have my answer. It was unlucky 13. Sendami, right in front of referee Pilangenkosi Kumaro. He's already pointed to the spot once in this game after a clear penalty by Justice Shabalala. He's on the bench in a 1-0 defeat against Cape Town City and Chiefs, former All-Stars man.
Kumala just getting stuck in. Just checking Montrose is still available.
It's Arubi coming out very quickly. Scupper any further hopes? Another way, Pirates, where they come from behind, win day 2-1. It's unlikely. We watched that game. It looked as if they weren't going to pull it out the bag, especially after going behind.
Yeah.
Goes from Coco Melon himself, Mofokeng. And then Mabasa, 7 minutes before time. In between that was El Shahat with the goal for Al Ahly. Let's see, let's go Makepula, top Group C on 14 points. Ahly on 10. What was that in 9? And from Cote d'Ivoire, Stade Abidjan, only 1. Sundowns in action tomorrow. Play Rabat in PTA. It'll be crucial for them as well. They get all 3 points because that decides who wins Group B. Now a chance for Chippa United. Their hopes of CAF Champions League football right now are far detached to what is happening in the reality of the rigmarole of weekly competitive football in the Premier League. Hango. The left hand of that attack. He's looking hungry today's game.
Yeah. Hasn't really been getting blow by blow in terms of action on the ball, but whenever he's on the ball, he's very slick, very quick. I think he also realizes that he doesn't have that much of space with the likes of Justice Shabalala. They know each other very well, minimizing the space and time on the ball. That's why it's so important for the likes of Sendami, Mahlatsi to make those off-the-ball movements.
Christopher Sitole, in the meantime, to the corner flag and look to do his work from this outswinger. Chippa United players up on his feet. From a set piece that we got the equalizer. And the away side take the lead. The answer is no. Picked up by Marumo Gallants, and on the follow-up there's a big block in the mix of all of that. Is that Justice Chabalala atoning for his earlier mistake? Yes, it was. Hurled himself in the midst of danger. That shot was goal-bound. Game of football can turn on its head. It's such entertainment and unpredictable. You can be a hero one minute and a villain the other. He's now down as well. Check his history. I've seen him really crisscross the length and breadth of Africa, starting off as native. Started off in Malawi and then also ended up in Tanzania, playing for Big Bullets. He's had an illustrious career as Gawatinho Mhango. 68 caps for Malawi, with a 17-goal return for him.
I think he's such a talented footballer. It's always just such a marvel to watch him.
217 PSL games today. 67 goals and counting. Wasn't far off today. Oh, hefty-looking collision. Two forces collide. Something's got to give. They say the grass sometimes burns. Looks like it's the knees now that are burning. Kamis. I think Marvin's Kosana. That was trying to show referee Kumalo. Still showing him. Referee Kumalo, please stop it now. And he even laughs at him. But no laughing matter for those two players that are down. Mango and Jali again at it. This was Kosana. Oh, tangle of legs. That looks nasty. It's a cross from Mdangela. And then Justice Chabalala, have a look at this. Off balance, just got anything within the legal framework of the game. Stop that shot. Otherwise, that Gamanaka was in for a second, Toki.
Yeah, Shabalala just puts his body on the line there. But I thought Matiane should have done better with that header. Free header, well-floated ball inside the box. Should have done so much better.
Gallants playing in their 8th away game of the season. Don't have a very good record away from home. Collected 3 points from a possible 21 on the road. Winless in their last 3 away games since your only win, which was a 1-0 triumph over SuperSport United back in November. They've lost most of their away games, which is 6. Cape Town City are the next worse off, 5 in terms of road losses. So it'd be something of an improvement, upward trajectory for Den Malesela if they can pick up maximum points today. It's been hard to come by.
Yep. I think in their last 5, 3 losses, 1 win and a draw. Their last being a win, I'm sure Coach Dan took a little bit of confidence from the draw, won their last game, and surely they want to make that 2 wins in a row.
Oh, and that mistakenly almost seems as if the flag has stayed down. I thought it was going to go up. Justice is served. I said football is a cruel old game. On one side, he gives away the penalty. On the other side, he scores from the position box. Didn't know too much about it, but he'll tell you, justice has been served. It's 2 Chippa United, 1 Marumo Gallants. It's another set piece that undoes the Travelers.
And just out of nowhere, Justice just creeps in. A well-floated ball. Marumo Gallants just very passive in that moment. Justice Shabalala just creeps in and tucks that one back in for Chippa.
Oh, and Amanda, for me that looks suspiciously offside. I'd love to have a different look at it. Not to take away from Justice Shabalala's first goal of the season, by the way, his 8th appearance. Such as football. Have you ever played in a game where you've given away a goal and scored one as well?
Fortunately not.
Of course, you only score goals. For your team, that is.
You know.
Yes, Charlie. Looks to feed Teto. What a game this has been, really. We've had a little bit of everything. That's confirmation of the score. Chippa United have come from behind. They struggled to score a lot of goals this season, and they've got 2 in 42 minutes. Good signs. 5 on target in total. And 3 of those have hit the back of the net.
And that's why it's always just so tricky with a match like this, where you find the Chippa instituting 7 changes into their lineup. Marumo Gallants had already planned for certain players, and the team shows up with a different sort of lineup. Yes, you do plan for the same principle in terms of execution, but the personnel, the individual brilliance is something else.
Here's one for you, Doki. Chippa yet to gain a point from losing positions this season. They've dropped 5 points from winning in positions, which is the joint 3rd most in the league. They've just taken the lead in this game. So, like I said, something new is abound here.
Yeah, that's the physicality from the likes of Evanga. But speaking of things anew, sometimes if the rotation doesn't go well, the coaches are the ones to blame. So it's either it's well executed or it's not.
Sometimes the green is sometimes orange. Just never know.
And both coaches were talking about Chippa United not having much of game time. You'd say they probably rested long enough. The sharper of the squad, which being Marumo Gallants, come into this matchup and they trail. So it's always just really about execution.
I think mentality as well. Right sort of mentality and mental fortitude will get you a long way. To say your attitude determines your latitude.
The hunger as well from the new players coming into the lineup. It's quite interesting.
Cindy Nomatangela moved on to the left-hand side for Chabatane. He now has to refocus his energies on defending his left space with Sinakolo Kwaiba dunked out of play. 4 minutes of additional time, as I'm sure you can pick up. I think what also adds to this game is the fact that here at Buffalo City, the grandstands are so close to the pitch, and anything similar to that, a tackle, a pass, a move, it's quite audible. It's quite clear to see as well. I'm sure a few people will be hearing some few chosen words from those close quarter fans. Masindi Nomatangela with a yellow card. Comes the first Gallants player to go in the books. So we haven't seen him too much as an attacking outlet, but he's really sacrificed a lot for the defensive part of the game.
Yep, it was always going to be one of those interesting sort of combinations for Coach Dan, having a Sithole, a Managa, and Nemtajela, with the exclusion of Mpambaniso, who I think also gives a different dynamic, which forces then Nemtajela to sit as a double pivot. He's the one that sits, and Sithole is at the top of that midfield triangle.
I think it suits him better to go further forward.
I think so too, but he also has the ability to get you those turnovers and quick transition in terms of his passing ability.
A talented player, formerly with now named Gunners FC in the ABC Motsepe. Into the focus, the eyes of Darren Johnson. They say you can tell a lot through a man's eyes. I don't know if that's nerves or concentration. Two-man wall, the smallest wall you'll ever see all year. But it worked. Mashati. Tabo Makele boots that one out. Don't want to concede now and let loose that lead that they've fought so hard to get. On the follow-up, the volley. And there's a shot, a scuff shot. With a put Azola Matrose. The outside of the foot pass. Kwaiba, ooh, that was on. If Ivan Gar was let loose there, because it was a 1v1 situation. Gar himself, his passing is sketchy.
Yeah.
And Kwaiba got that right. Would have been a foot race between Gar and the last defender for Gallants.
Yeah. I just think maybe Nga should just have the confidence enough to just hold the ball a little bit. I think he rushes to play that one so that he can spin off the defenders, and sometimes his midfielders are still a little bit far trying to catch up to close the distances. So maybe if you could just hold it for a couple of seconds and then spin off the defenders.
Here's a free kick. Quite a high line that the home side is playing. Johnson exactly looked nervous, was undecided to come or rather leave it. That's a foul right in front of referee Kumalo. Is that Namatanjela? Is that the second for him? Yeah, it is. Masindi Namatanjela took one for the team. His evening is done.
Yeah, very disappointing from Nemtajela, especially when you've tipped him to be one of those key players in that midfield for Marumo Gallants. And I'm sure Coach Dan must be very furious. Two unnecessary tackles, if you ask me. The first one had no intentions whatsoever, absolutely no reason. Goes with studs.
Yeah.
It goes with studs and forceful. And then the second one as well. Taking one for the team, you still have cover, Temba.
There was a lot of work that the man on the ball still needed to do. Yeah, I think a bit of a rush of blood to the head there for the young Masindi Namatanjela. You learn from this, but let the team down for now. They'll have to play with a man down. And the referee blows the whistle. Man, oh man, what a half of football. If you're not sitting in front of your TV or you're watching this on your phone or laptop, what are you doing? This is the hottest ticket in town right now. Chippa United back to their 95. Goals via Ivan Gar and Justice Chabalala. After Chabalala himself gave away a penalty that saw Edgar Manaka convert from the penalty spot. But the dramatic ending at the end for Masindi Namatanjela. Marumo Gallants whittled down to 10 men after 2 yellow cards for Namatanjela. Back to the drawing board for Dan Madisela. Well, Taba September, Mabuti Kenyans will be saying, as we were, gentlemen, as we were. Helayalo. At the halftime break, it's 2 Chippa, 1 Marumo Gallants against the 8 ball with 10 men. 2-1 at halftime from Buffalo City.
the new Galaxy A16. Get it today.
Tina is wise because he has affordable car insurance and saves thousands of rands a year. Bongani is wise. He gets a discount on his home insurance because he chose to bundle and save. Join the wise. Call 0860 110 858.
Betway Catch 2 Million is back for Season 3 of the Betway SA20. Simply play our exclusive Betway Catch game online, and if you take a clean one-handed catch in the stadium, you'll triple your winnings. That's right, Betway is giving you the chance to triple, not just double, your winnings. Play the game, take the catch, triple your winnings. New season, new rules.
Experience all the Betway Premiership live on SuperSport.
It's the big day tomorrow.
Oh, I can't even go into high school.
You've got the whole world in your hands. You've got the whole.
Get back to putting the whole world in your hands with unbeatable deals like the Trojan TR105 treadmill for 6499, Game hardcover 2-quire faint margin 2 for 30 Rand, Samsung Galaxy A25 5G smartphone for 4299. Cause games got you.
Your favorite slow brewed lager, now with refreshing real lemon. Try new Amstel Radler, made with real lemon juice.
My father is the greatest runner in the world. David Migajimi. He's so fast, he once collected his medal while the other runners were still running. It's hard to be the son of such a great man.
Another easy one for
People always ask me, how are you ever going to make your family proud after your father? It's not easy. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Another trip to town, but you need to pick up lunch. Ish. Yeah, nah? But don't stress. With Nazo Meals tasty options, hey, lunch is sorted. Get a snack wrap or 2-piece chicken tender small meals for only $29.90. Talk about a deal worth picking up. That's Nazo Meals, only at McDonald's.
Well, it is the Chili Boys leading at halftime at Buffalo City Stadium. When you look at the halftime stats, shots on target, almost even Stevens, 3 for Chippa, and that also goes and includes the 2 goals that they've scored. And then you also do have 2 for Marumo Gallants. And when we look at those halftime stats, Jimmy and Kang, do they actually give a perfect picture of the kind of game we saw in this first half?
Yeah, I think it's been an exciting game in terms of, you know, we've got 3 goals. But I think teams are going at each other. You look at the possession. I mean, it's very unlikely that you see Marumo Gallants not dominating possession. You know, Denz. But in this case, hence I said he's got a different approach now. You know, that he applies in his game. I think he probably learned his lesson in terms of, you know, possession. But I think, yes, a lot of chances being created. We saw Ivanga as well, Chabalala in the thick of things, having to start the game after a long time.
Well, then, when we come back to exactly what went down in that first half, I think we'd also remember that Edgar Manaka and Marumo Gallants, 4 penalties so far this season. Edgar Manaka, almost similar to the one against Cape Town City, and that's how they started off as Batabane Bantu.
Yeah, they look similar, but I want to focus on the mistake that was done by Justice there. Firstly, he clears the ball, doesn't give it distance and height. Now, as a result, the ball gets to be played behind. As a defender in that instance, you don't commit by going on the ground. You stay on your feet as long as possible. And for a player of his experience, he should have thought that. But for me, Daniel Msendani takes advantage of that, realizes that Justice has committed. He leaves his left leg here, you see, just for that minimum contact, and he goes on the ground. And it's a penalty for me.
Well, a penalty that Edgar Manaka manages to convert in style. And if you do notice that also, it's always coming in the first 15 minutes of the games that is for Edgar Manaka. 3 of those penalties have been in the 12th minute and this one in the 13th.
Interesting. I mean, clearly they trust Edgar Manaka, I mean, as the leader, of course. Hence, he's taking the penalties. But that one was close. To be honest, Johnson could have gotten to that one.
Yeah.
Had he probably gotten just higher off the ground,
yeah,
he would have. It was a tight one.
It was a tight one. Well, talking about tight, Evangar managed to at least pull one back and get the equalizer for the Chitty Boys at home in front of this wonderful crowd. And what a beautiful header.
What a beautiful header indeed. And this is a presence of mind from the striker. Obviously, he's anticipating anything can happen in the box. When the ball then ricochets off the goalpost, he gets to be first to react. He gets an equalizer at this particular moment. A good goal, I must say. It's a striker's goal.
Yeah. Definitely a good goal that gives Chile Boys that equalizer, but then they added to the tally. Chabalala managing to redeem himself to give them the second goal in that first half, which is a great buffer going into the break.
You know, the interesting thing is you look at how the first goal, you know, for Chippa was scored. The players running onto the box and not marked. Again, it's a free kick. You still find Chippa United players first on the ball. It's a concern for me in terms of defensive duties from Gallants.
Yeah, and also just the delivery from Teto there. He gets to be the one who seems to be responsible for those set pieces. But I think from a defensive point of view, Marumo Gallants were found wanting here. They've got numbers in the box, but they're not really defending or protecting that box. You know, I think they could have dealt with this much better. But also Justice just taking advantage of the bad defending from Marumo Gallants. And he obviously gets to bring the team back into the game.
Yeah, but then Dan Dance really has a lot of thinking to do because you've got Masindi who was sent off for a second yellow card in that first half. So having to tinker around and think, okay, we're one man short. How do we then come back in that second half to really, really stifle out Chitty Boys?
Well, there's no other way but obviously, you know, to be on the offensive. You are obviously trailing. And it's a difficult situation to be in, especially in the, first half, on the brink of that first half, you get a caution, sent off.
And Masindi was about...
It's discipline also, Tato, you know? It's discipline. I think for me, you know, he was cautioned before, and still, it was a risk, you know, and now they have... He went for the man. It's clear he didn't go for the ball. The left foot went over the ball.
Well, and it is Marumo Gallants who have to think how they tinker with their team as they return in that second half. It is the Chile Boys who are leading 2-1 at the first half after their encounter with Marumo Gallants. We return for the second half at Buffalo City Stadium right here on your World of Champions.
Here's some grade A advice for you to stay awesome and on top of your game. Make your Get Ready With Me sessions next level with the Galaxy A16, boasting a 50-megapixel triple camera for top quality. Looking for less lag time and more game time? Then it's time to elevate your gaming with the fast 90Hz Super AMOLED display. Plus, with added IP54 durability, you get to stay awesome through water or dust. Get the new Galaxy A16 today.
Are you ready?
Yes, Dad.
Happy birthday. Cheese.
Hold me again. And I'm holding on to memories still to come. I'm holding on.
It's more than a meal.
You ready, Nana?
It's living with a taste for life.
Welcome to Incredible.
That is unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant.
The Betway SA20 is set to deliver another exciting season of incredible cricket. The Sunrisers Eastern Cape aim to secure their third consecutive championship, while the star-studded MI Cape Town team, featuring will strive to outperform the competition. Fiery bowler Andrich Nokia returns for the Pretoria Capitals, and Tabra Shamsi will showcase his skills for the Joburg Super Kings. Speedster Shamar Joseph joins Durban Super Giants, while young Kwena Mapaga is set to make his debut for the Paul Williams. 6 franchises, 6 cities, 34 matches. It's going to be incredible. All on your World of Champions.
It's a beauty. It's out here.
My son had an accident with his car. We were paid 100% retail value of the vehicle.
I had been burgled. We were covered and done within 2 or 3 days. It was really easy.
The turnaround time is so short. It's unbelievable.
It was just amazing for us.
I didn't have to worry about it. That's fantastic. That builds loyalty.
It just feels so great to be with Outsurance.
Outsurance has a very human approach, going an extra mile.
Royal Flush Gin, French luxury. A world of elegance unfolds. Centuries of tradition distilled into every drop. Our master distiller meticulously hand selects the finest aged cognacs. A masterpiece born from time and expertise. Honor Select Reserve, the art of cognac.
Keep the vibes going with Nazo Meals. Get a snack wrap or 2-piece chicken tenders for just $29.90 per meal. Get a Nazo meal today, only from McDonald's.
Chippa United on the cusp of getting their 5th home win in 8 games, while Marumo Gallants maybe losing for the first time in 3. It is all evenly poised for a second half that is mouth-watering, head-scratching, and emotion-stirring. Ivanka getting his first goal since September in the 2-1 win against Gallants. Well, Justice Chawalala scratching off his earlier mistake that led to a penalty that Edgar Manaka converted to open the scoring. As the Chili Boys came back strongly to end that second half. But the job is not yet done. Jan Malisela's side, by the way, reduced to 10 men after Masindi and Matangela saw 2 yellow cards for 2 needless fouls that he had given away. That's the tail of the tape, with Chippa United bringing on a substitute in the form of Craig Martin, who replaces Azola Matrose. Martin is sure to add a lot of pace and as well forward running power. Never stops running, that man. Alongside me is Ahmad Nazamini. We'll get her thoughts in terms of how do Marumo Gallants navigate the next 45 minutes with 10 men. Doki, your thoughts?
It's a very tough one for Marumo Gallants. Just waiting to see which department Coach Dan is probably going to sacrifice to try and keep the ship a bit steady. Now it's a matter of trying to restrict Chippa United, getting behind them, but also at the same time just really trying to remain compact and not really allowing for Chippa to play those passes in between their lines.
By the way, Craig Martin coming on for his 11th appearance for Chippa United this season. Bringing off the bench 2 assists along with him, but no goals as yet. Perfect time to break that duck. A Betway Premiership for him. What does he bring that Azola Matrose couldn't?
Well, I think with Martin's just the ability to track back as well in defense, he does that a lot. But of course the speed. I think Coach Thabo still insists that in as much as Chippa are in the lead, they still really want to apply and add that pressure. So Craig Martins does really give you that ability in attack, but also that defensive rest comes in to implement.
Inside there, Azola Ntabo taken out by Christopher Sitole. And I do a lot of running. You can envisage for Marumo Gallants. They're already doing that in the first half. They're going to do a lot more with a man light. They have a set piece to defend. It was from a set piece that they let Ivan Gar and Chippa United level matters. Look at the space Craig Martin has at the bottom of the screen, unnoticed. Ball doesn't reach him though. On the follow-up, it's Jali. He is capable of the spectacular. Not this time around. It's also not as easy as some may think playing against 10 men.
Yeah.
I mean, you often may just go gun-ho and lose all sort of control and your senses. It's a beautiful pass. It's in Gar. Oh, how did Kamis not score? That was a defender's finish from Sergio Kamis. His 53rd appearance for Chippa. Would have been a lovely way to cap game 53.
Yeah.
2 beautiful passes. First by Jali to spot the run of Nga. Nga then with the knowledge of what a good ball in the box is like, because he's a striker. Kamis with a finish of a defender though.
Yeah, good football all round from Chippa. Maximizing on...
Here's Mahango.
Oh, very close call there.
Very close call there.
Maximizing on a mistake.
The ball just wouldn't drop for him. He waited and waited. Maybe waited a bit too much. As I said, not as easy as ABC playing 10 men.
Yep.
Need more from Kamelo Mahlatsi, because there's going to be a lot of onus on Mhango and Mahlatsi to give the team an outball and not just possession, but good possession in the attacking third. Sweet turn that from Sitole to Manaka. Out there from mentioned Mahlatsi, used to have an afro. Turns back and then delivers a pinpoint cross. Late arrival in the box. The chances are coming for Gallants. This is not what Coach September and Kenyeza would have been speaking about in the dressing room. That was a Gami's chance. Look at that, Jali with the vision. Nga, was he offside? That's the question, but look at that low cross. Gami's, all he had to do was just direct it towards the goal.
Good awareness from Ivan Gar, allowing himself to take up a different position in the box. Becomes a provider, but Gami's just needed finesse. I think just the slightest of touches.
Yeah, finesse, yeah.
Yep.
I think because he's a defender, too used to anything but finesse. Waiba measures across in the direction of Ivan Gar. But Mfuman very open at the start of the second half. Again, I'll say, I don't think Coach September and Kenyeza would have wanted that. Just control the game, wait for Gallants to tie and then pounce. Good metal shown by Marumo Gallants. Withering away, walloping in their own sorrow. Satsi takes a tumble. Referee Kumalo watches on. Here's Mhango who picks it up. One of the best games of the weekend, I have to say.
Yeah.
Mhango and Edgar Manaka, club's leading goal getters. Mhango with 2, Manaka scoring his 3rd today. and have scored a goal every 117 minutes. The 5th longest the team has taken to score a goal this season. Will they reduce that? Not with exceptional keeping like that from Johnson. Oh, the first part anyway, almost dropped it. Former Ducks man. Also used to be on the books of Cape Town Spurs. But some 4 years ago now. This is his first game of the season. And what a game to be part of. I'm impressed by what I'm seeing here from Gallants.
Good organization, still keeping the double pivot in midfield, just looking for those opportunities in transition, but also very smart striker and Gaba, who has the ability to hold the ball and allow the midfielders Yomahlati to join in the attack.
Well, we've been told to follow Craig Martin as Giovanni Freelander. As Martin puts on the press on Arudi. Ooh. Even dangerously there. There's Zimbabwean. Looks for the pass. Ayabulela Kongobe. In fact, he picks it up himself and puts the team on his back. Back post was Martin, but the ball ended up in the front with Sinokolo Kwayiba. Nokolo Nyan. They should be 2 goals up now.
Yeah. Don't know if it was a fortuitous bounce. Just also echoing the sentiments of the coaches, the field just not being in good condition. But that bounce just profits the Marumo Gallants. Profits the Chippa actually, Chippa United, but just really Kwahiba getting in the box, just not really connecting well.
He's had his hands full on referee Kumalo. If he last night thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a nice little quiet game, you go about my business, no cards, forget about it. That everything, the thrills and spills that a Betway Premiership, competitive Betway Premiership game usually has. A yellow card, by the way, for the big Cameroonian. I think these cards as well are something to keep an eye out for. Ghana being the latest recipient of the caution. His first, by the way, of the season. A lot of use of these high defensive setups on these free kicks. Look at the space between the line and where the keeper's standing. Just drop it in that area. Mahango! That's that double dose of sugar ding ding, and it's the 10 men that have level matters. It's number 7 that gets them in football heaven, and then there's a conversation explains how he's done it.
Yep, a team that is always a man down is quite deadly, just in the sense that they organize so well, the discipline in their defensive organization, but set pieces are always there. Spoke about Sitole, his ability in terms of passing, but also is a set piece specialist. Where's that ball, lofts it in to that 18-yard box. Mahango as well, that second ball, unmarked, converts for Gallants.
His 3rd of the season, his first since that drubbing at the hands and feet of Pirates. Man from Chiweta scores in his 217th top flight game in the league. What a time to get it, but that was ghastly defending, diabolical defending there from Chippa United. They picked up no one at the back post.
Ball watching.
Run from Hango, ball watching, absolutely. And you could just sense something was coming. By the way, Giovanni Freelander's come on the field for his 3rd appearance. 4 goals and a red card, all in what, 55 minutes? Are you not entertained? You know, I'm really eager to ask you, how did Chippa United now approach and press the reset button from here? Because whatever was said during the halftime break, it did not apply at all. I mean, they worked into the second half lackluster. Didn't really see a precise and clear game plan as to how they were going to navigate the portions of the half. 10 minutes, another 10 up until they get to 75.
Yep, and you thought the inclusion of a Craig Martins was going to indicate that they don't have any intentions of putting that pedal off the gas, just to really try and make sure that they cement the win, they cement the lead.
Here's the former FN Rangers player, signed back in July of 2024. Also used to run out in the colors of the Sundowns Reserve side, if you remember, 2019. That's where he really started getting stuck in, introducing the name on the back of his shirt as Freelander, introducing himself to Edson Kumalo, but the fullback well aware of the danger at hand. Neon, almost full house here at Buffalo City Stadium, is adding to complete and utter drama and entertainment value here. Yes, Freelander. And there was more, I was going to say catch impact, but I didn't even have to catch that.
Yeah. I think good attributes, 1v1 situations, he looks dynamic. Drops the shoulder in that instant, but just doesn't have the power enough to beat a Ruby.
Back at it again. Thinks about driving with the ball. And gives it to Kwaiba. Look very busy. Martin. Agent B, Teto. Well, there was a C- touch from Agent B. It's all almost got to a standstill. Kongobe looks to speed it up. The former Amazulu midfielder can't find a way through. Gallants gallantly defending. This man can find a pass. Teto. Kongobe in combination. Mashatsi comes out with it. Oh, that's great play. The composed play from Mpochabatani. You would swear that they're not playing with 10 men. Maybe they should play with 10 men most weeks, judging by this sort of performance. Philander. As Daniel Semdami gets a much-needed reprieve for the side and earns his team a foul just to slow things down, kill the tempo. I think Philander has been sent in with a clear message: attack the fullbacks, create those 1v1 situations. Coach Dan Malisela has summoned Tapelo Mukobodi off the bench. He's about to join us very shortly. Wonder how many of the starting 10 now will finish this game. There's been a lot of exertion already in soon to be an hour. The first to be sacrificed, Daniel Msandami. There's Teto. Msandami to stop that attack. After 60 minutes, it's 2-2 with Marumo Gallants getting that second goal from Kamadinho Mhango following a set piece. We've seen 3 set piece goals, a penalty from Edgar Manaka. Justice Chabalala, I think, used his knee or thigh to like get the ball in, and Kawadinho Mhango used his head to get his team ahead to make it 2-2. In enters Tapero Mokobodi. Christopher Sitoles, man who's going to make way, and who came in for Mpambaniso. He's got about an hour. Plays really, and his socks into the ground. You just have to look at his shirt to know. Blood, sweat, and tears. Mostly sweat, by the way. Tapelo Mokobodi comes on for the 9th time in the league. With a solid 29 minutes. We hope the team, Keita, should have done better with that pass. With the perfect person to try put an end to that in the pace of Craig Martin.
Yep. We spoke about just the heaviness of the pitch as well. Thought Deto tried by all means to get that pass way beyond the line, and it just holds that much. The grass is just that heavy.
Clear foul there, Sergio Camis on Matati. And I think, you know what, may have taken him out illegally. He had to do so. The shot is straight at Johnson, because had Matati turned him, oh, it's curtains. This game is so open. It's Philander to close off the show. Step over here, step over there. Is he stepping in the right direction? Being well received by the fans. They see the potential he carries. There's a problem here for Sandami. Not quite sure what happened to him. Is touching his shoulder / neck. He's up now. Yeah, I think he's saying the back of his neck, perhaps. This will give us an answer. Ball, I'm betting it ball. I just think the ball hits him. It then takes about 5 seconds to say, you know what, perfect time just to go down a little bit now. Daniel Msamdami, 13 appearances for him, and has put in so much work in this game. He's not been a lone soldier as well, the likes of Manaka, Kumalo Matiane, really grafted to ensure that they are still relevant in this game. By the way, the Soweto Derby is coming up 1st of February. Told tickets are sold out. I know you're going to be in a box seat that day, or in studio, one of the two. I'll be watching it from home if I'm not working on it. Here's a chance now for Justice Chabalala. Looking for Sergio Camis to make a move, but Camis standing still, but Apelele Tato then speeds up matters. Here's a Mhango headed look. Johnson was off his line. Spectacular attempt. Mhango's here to play.
Yep. Great awareness, great vision. Confidence is high, he just scored, so why not try your luck?
One of the most dangerous and decorated strikers in the South African top flight. Modern day, Kawadinho Mhango scored his 68th goal in 217 Premier League appearances today. Camis, that was available. Manaka knew that. Martin. much of the borders can be seen today. Gallants conceding 13 goals in the second half of matches, the most of any team in the league, so that's one to keep an eye out for as well, Toki. If they do that with 11 men, the risk factor and the likelihood of that happening with 10 goes higher. 13 goals in the second half of games. But they've drawn level. Gained 4 points from losing positions this season. Could it be 5? They end up with a draw with 10 men. I think probably this point would be one of their best from those potential 5. The third most, by the way, those 4 points from losing positions. Only Polokwane City and Chiefs have a better record. Chiefs with 8 and Rise and Shine with 5. Pass to Nga. He's now in a foot race with Trevor Matiani. It's still Nga. Easy pickings for Washington Arubi. Never start in the league for him. Straight starts, that is. Always very reliable and always available. But his record doesn't read the best, if I'm being honest, this season. 15 games, conceded 19 goals, and only has 5 clean sheets during that period. It's almost 1.8 or so a game, almost 2 goals a game. And guess what? He's conceded 2.
And I think all of those goals were, I guess, goals scored in the early stages of the season where they were still trying to find combinations, still trying to find their feet. Yes, their defensive organization has been good. They're finding their feet, and I think there's stability.
Yes, Martin and Deto conspiring. They just conspired to give away possession. Mahlatsi breaks away from Ayabulela Kongobe. Too hard to handle, and he'll handle a yellow card after that. A man who celebrated his 29th birthday on the 12th of Jan. Kongobe. Young Deto, I think, has acquitted himself to having seen the best of Pelele Deto. Such a mesmeric player. I remember him during his time out at the Rockets in Mpumalanga. It was clear all to see that he was destined for greatness. Kongobe was destined for the naughty corner. That's why he got a yellow card. Mahlatsi was gone.
And there's no way that you can't get a yellow card for jersey tugging or holding.
Guy and Martin running each other's way. -2 at home. Marumo Gallants playing out the remaining of this game with 10 men after the first half. Double yellow for Masindi Namdajela. But you wouldn't know so by the score. Yes, Philander, good looking cross. Keeper Ruby comes out. Nga was interested. The ball lands with Mahlatsi, who then gives it away. And Ngobe needs to be careful. He sits on a yellow. Hango's all in today. Definitely. Philander. That's the crowd going on that far side. I want to see more of that, but with more efficiency in an end product. Lovely work from Kwaiba. It's Philander who scuffs the shot. Ends up almost more a pass. Ooh, keeper Ruby. Did he get a touch right in front of the official? Oh, it's all happening.
Burst of pace from Deto, chasing down Arubi.
Where was the keeper going, Amanda? Keeper Ruby gets a yellow card as well. So September has words with his midfield hard man. He needs to have words with himself. Look at this. I saw Amanda. When you commit like that, you gotta get the ball.
Yeah.
Even the official manager's a little smile there.
Yeah. You have to compliment those pace though. When he started chasing down Arubi had much of the advantage. Man.
It's the little steps that got the head of the big man. Urging their team on for the last, what will be 19 minutes. Buckle up, that's all I can tell you. The action is far from over. Question is, will they be still singing post 90 minutes? The long throw in Craig Martin misses it. Ivangar looks to box clever. Beto picks up the seconds, twisting and turning himself into trouble. Oh, yellow card for Sergio Camis.
Yeah. I think Camis just really tried his luck there with the referee inside the box. He thought he had a foul.
Yeah,
Simulation is getting a yellow card for simulation. He thought he got a touch inside the box, but the referee was perfectly positioned.
That is hands full. Referee Kilangan Kosi Kumalo. You know what? He's handled it extremely well with a high emotional intelligence, emotionally fueled encounter. Gallants this season, prior to today, received 2 red cards. There's Martin, that's a definite foul, and he was on his way. Is this gonna be another sending off, making it 4 red cards this season for Gallants? What color is the card? He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Edgar Manaka wants to sway his mind. It's a yellow. It's a yellow. Justice Chavalala away from picture, stating besides case that should have been a red card because he was the last man in defense. But Marvin Sikosana breathes a sigh of relief. Still stays at 10. Okay, before we watch the replay, what's your initial thought?
I'm thinking we always talk about coaches, the players to have emotional intelligence, but also referees. Very heated point. But Skosana was the one who had much of the advantage and was the front, I think, for me. Now Martins comes and steals this one. I don't think it was an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
He just gets his foot ahead of Skosana.
But contact, definitely.
Awesome eyes there in the community. Big Martins still telling him. So I think that's a penalty. Doesn't matter what you think, Craig. Comes down to referee Kumalo. Set piece nonetheless. It's been a game for set pieces. This one quite central.
Yep. Very tight and open play.
As the song is ushered from the stands, Bobo Vulega. Washington or Ruby will be saying none of that, please. Almost willing the ball into the net. Craig Martin says, come on. We could do with a few more decibels. 4 players around the box. Camis, Kongobe, Teto. Don't think Chavalala will take it. Don't forget Sinakolo Kwayiba may have a say as well. Taking maybe to the shortest man in picture. Short distance as well to goal. This is the training ground move. Look at Martin to the right. He's unmarked if they give it to him. He's got a direct shot at goal. They're going for the direct shot themselves. into the last 15 minutes. 14 and a half to be exact. Still watching Craig Martin. It's there top. They've gone for the wrong option. I think they should have sneakily went for that right-hand side, because it would have taken a few seconds to get to Martin. That's all the seconds he would have needed to let rip.
Yeah.
One fan says that was poor.
Probably just maybe commenting on just the ideas around, you know, set pieces, and just to have a little bit of creativity maybe, but Teto just went for power, wanted to go hard and low.
It was just adding to the conversation earlier about the discipline of Gallants. Prior to Masindi Namatanjala's red card, they had 2 already for the season, a joint most, along with Galaxy. Joseph Mulongwane and Edgar Manaka, the players to have received red cards. You can add Masindi Namatanjala now to that.
Yep.
Double sub prepared from the Gallants side of the fence. You can see Lebohang Mabocha is one of those, as well as Tapelo Ruju. Expected that in the last 15 minutes. A lot of tired bodies. Philander. Oh, delicate touch there. My oh my, when these players finally get to their beds later tonight, they're gonna feel the win game today. It's been a sprint turning into a marathon.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff. Both teams with the same sort of profile in terms of how they play, the playing style. Love to have a run at defenders, playing out in the wide areas. Congested midfield where the likes of Andile Jali competed, bossing that midfield, Gongoba as well. Very entertaining.
More of this, please, week in, week out. And really kudos must go to Tel Malisela and Sundra Governor, the brainstars of Gallants, how they've managed to ensure their side is still competitive and go toe-to-toe with a full-strength Chippa United, that being in numbers. Oof. Almost to the eye of a needle from Philander. He's really acquitted himself well since coming on.
Yep. And that's the second kind of pass he was looking for.
Oh, a rocket from Ayabulela Kongwabe. Doesn't score too many, but there was almost special. He's only scored once in 11 games this season. Ayabulela Kongwabe.
Good positioning. But how about that layoff once again from Philander? He just has that finesse in him. Delicate touch to set Kongobe. Goes through with the laces, but no power enough to beat Ruby. There's that Teto set piece.
Juju come on for Mashatsi. Just before that, though, we take in the thrills and spills of the key moments in this game. Teto free kick was a missed chance. That's what I speak of. Mabocha and Juju. Mashatsi begrudgingly walks off. And Kabatinho Mhango, so they're going for brand new attack up top. They've worked their socks off of these two men. One coming off the pitch with a goal, the other the scars of battle. Kabatinho Mhango making sure he's taking his sweet time. And referee Kumar is going to have a conversation with him. Have a look at this. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's going to get it. He knew, he was waiting for that, because he was, and then he manages a lot. I was told to Kawati.
He's one of those players that really know how to get under his skin.
I just love the fact he was walking off, then stood still, took off his shin pads, then stood even further still to have a conversation with the ref. got his card and walked off finally. Did his job. Big game. For Chippa, they're bringing on Ronaldo Marman. And for Sergio Camis. Camis, of course, is on a yellow card. They don't want to risk it, he thinks. In fact, one has turned into two with the boy Madingwana. Also, to join the fray. Martin can't get there first. Exceptional defending from Tabazan. He's handled him well. Since Martin has joined us, and it could be a handful, Craig Martin, on his day.
Yep, he just really hasn't found the space out wide. Philander has been trying to locate him with those diagonal passes. Just really hasn't been able to break that line, and does really well when he runs off the shoulder.
Yeah, by Justice Chabalala. Waiba's starting to cut a tired figure as well. We haven't seen him, or we've seen less and less of him.
Yep, a taxing game for Guaiba because he's expected to play box to box, and just in that midfield at the top of the triangle, just slip in to really be compact enough with his midfielders, but also took a couple of big hits in terms of just the physical battles in that midfield.
Last 8 minutes. This game so poised on a knife edge. See in shot Ayabulela Kongnobe. Bringing his 83rd game for the Chile boys. Also had a stint out in Finland. Too many people know that. Played for Ekinas, one of the oldest clubs in the southwest of Finland. Ayabulela Kongnobe. Cross is to come, out swing. Teto. Marman and Matingwana. Come on for Camis. The other sub. Ronaldo Marman. Another side, Apello. Teto, the man sacrificed. It's a boy and a Ronaldo coming on.
Two offensive changes here for Chippa United. And this is how we see the versatility of a Craig Martin, who now steps a little bit behind to allow the likes of Boy and Marman to take up those offensive positions.
Only second appearance in the Betway Premiership. The former Orlando Pirates man Ronaldo Marman found minutes difficult to come by. Only played 7 minutes in the league prior to him stepping onto the pitch now. So he should be quite fresh, given the fact that Chippa also have not played a lot of football of late. Cross from Philander. Oh, it's missed. The near post. But the head came off Marumo Gallants defender. Man, also to join us ever so shortly is Kenneth Tateni. That was pretty close as well. Flicked on. Kwaiba leaves it behind. Anywhere will do. Wow. That got plenty of people off their feet. Oh, this game, Amanda. This game has had it all. And that encapsulated in a nutshell. Never gave it up as Olantabo. He knew he wasn't going to get there, but he still tried. And effort meets preparation and opportunity.
Yep, sheer determination, commitment, tired bodies on the park.
Mentioned that Kenneth and Tateni is to come on. Sendam, I think, is the man who's going to come off. Here it is. He's also unwillingly coming off the pitch, had to be pushed off, not only by Kwangobe, but referee Kumalo. It's a solid response from Ten Manisela. He's pleased with his player's effort. Also, I'm quite amazed that this game is going to end probably 11 versus 10. It's been that kind of physical game. Booted up there. The touch is also eloquent. A lot of pace on show there from the new man, Tapelo Juju.
Yep.
Almost broke Chippa United hearts there.
Good first touch from Juju with that kind of speed, and still being able to control it, put it down. Good recovery though from Zabo.
Someone needs to produce a principled end product here. Ooh, almost got it from Edgar Manaka. His shot in there not polished enough. This guy's been magical. He's been majestic, Philander. Taking his chances coming on. Who needs a comment in Rasmus if you got a Philander, he was saying. Like we've been told, 5 minutes of injury time to be shown on the board. Now to turn. Finds Martin with a nice layoff into his teammate. Boy Madinwana. Look at the urgency in the Craig Martin and the likes of Kwaiba. Madinwana. Craig Martin makes the run but then stops and then goes again, but is ignored by Madinwana. Goes for the more difficult pass. Ivanga too strong, but illegally using his strength. Foul against Chippa.
Yep. It's been such a good battle to watch. Just between those centre-backs, Kosana Matiane, handling...
Got lucky there one night.
Yeah, handling an even guy in the box hasn't been an easy task at all.
Marvin Sikosana just got on muscle there. Luckily for him, Pilangenkosi Kumalo found it. The decision to go his way, in his favor. Such a handful is Ivanga.
Yep.
Strong man. And signed in the January transfer window again. Another one who came in Jan 2024 from the Buccaneers. This is 99th game, by the way, in the top flight, the league, Ivanga. As man Korombe looks to get the game going to the midfield area. The Philander gives it goals, but he'll just keep going without the ball. Kwaiba. Now Charles Saloon here for the Chile boys. And I add a bit of late spice to this already spicy dish. Into the first of 4 minutes. Nobody leaving at all. Why would you? In that kind of game. Value for money. Philander. Exceptional defending from Sikosana. Anywhere will do. Back to sender. The check has bounced. They can't deposit anymore. That's a high foot by Manaka. Oh, gives a chance for Philander. 1v1 with this man. Goes on the outside. Tries to deliver across. Bodies on the line. It's Edson Kumalo. Mayor watching on. Wonder which one he wants it. Philander. Oh, keeper Ruby. That's what you need in such moments late in the game, Amanda. Don't want to be dropping the ball.
Yep.
Literally.
Literally, just bringing that calm into that Marumo Gallants defense. They've just really been taking it all in, soaking the pressure as Chippa really tried to find that winner.
Makes the run. Ronaldo Marman, he's been screaming for the ball. And then it finally gets to him. Philander in good space. But he holds on to it too much, and that's a desperation-filled pass in the other way. Gallants are back in action on the 1st of February against Royal M. Whether that game will happen, we shall find out. Richards Bay are their next encounter away from home for Denmark Isela's team. On for Tabo September. How much on you are, okay? They'll also be in action in earnest the start of the month of love. And, prior to that, they'll be playing on the 25th of Jan against Golden Arrows. That's not going to be easy. Maputi Kanyaza goes back home. Maputi. The next game, start of February, would be an away trip to Polokwane City. Oh, that cross. Misses all and sundry. Martin. Just to add that last piece of end product. Now this must be really for the last few moments in this game. We've seen the impact of set pieces in this fixture. Is it going to be a set piece that wins it for Chippa United? September's team last played in December. Can they get the win in January? Oh, miss by Ruby. I think that's that. I think that's that. They can't believe it. Kanjan. Magically stands up. Got taken out in the midst of all of that. Took one for the team, but you know what? Marumo Gallants, one thing you cannot fault them. They played like a team. And from that set piece, they just did enough. And they pick up a very good away point on the road. Amanda, your thoughts on the game?
Yep, good attitude from a team like Marumo Gallants, who went down one man. The commitment, good discipline. And I think I could compliment Coach Dan, for the first time seeing him not playing the way that he'd like. but still settling for those that point. And this is the Marumo Gallants you'd like to see in the league, but for Chippa at home, missing an opportunity to maximize on the one-man advantage.
Not played a game in weeks, and they found out the hard way that work gets done. Chippa United, though, drop points against 10-man Marumo Gallants. This will feel like a win for their away side. In the end, though, just couldn't get it done. Masindi Nematenjala got sent off. Goals by Edgar Manaka, Ivan Gab, Kabatinho Mhango, as well as Justice Chabalala. Gave us a 4-goal thriller in Buffalo City. What a game. It's been a great advert for Betway Premiership football. Outstanding game. They just couldn't get their points all in all. 2-2 at full time for Buffalo City.
A match that had everything the people of Buffalo City could have anticipated. We saw a penalty, we saw a red card, we saw plenty of yellow cards, but more than anything, it was end-to-end action here at the Buffalo City Stadium, where the two teams, Chippa United and Marumo Gallants, share the spoils. Joining me now is none other than the Betway Premiership Man of the Match defender for Chippa United, Sergio Cummings. Sergio, your thoughts on how you performed? Congratulations on being named the man of the match.
Thank you. Just a bit disappointed with the draw, but yeah, we give credit to Marumo Gallants for playing 10-man and being under pressure like that, and they took the punches that came their way.
It was very difficult to actually defend against them, despite the fact that they were one man down.
Yeah, it's difficult to play against a team that's sitting back, so we can't penetrate through the line, so we have to go over them, but it was very difficult.
Now, when it comes to Chippa United, you guys haven't played since December on the 29th. How difficult was it for you as a team to prepare for this game?
It took a lot from us because we had to play last weekend, but so we had to train 2 weeks and then we had to prepare, but the boys, they fought hard today, but give credit to the technical team as well. It was a hard-fought draw.
How are you finding life under Coach Thabo September and Mabuti Kenyeza?
It's good so far. Can't complain.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
A man of very few words, that is Sergio Cummings, who is a defender for Chippa United, walking away with the Betway Premiership Man of the Match accolade. Now joining me is his coach, that is Thabo September. Coach, not the easiest of matches, with plenty to test you on your first time out as a head coach.
Yeah, no, it wasn't easy. I think we played well. Intensity was good in the first half. That didn't really come out well, but when it came out at some moments, we created some chances. But yeah, it's an expensive lesson.
I have to bring in Uchabalala. He conceded a penalty, he blocked a certain goal, and managed to get a goal for you. A complete game for him.
Yeah, he had everything. Eh? I was worried at some moment because in the first half there was moments when really match fitness maybe, when he was slow a bit, and but his character, the experience of the player, so he came out and he did well, I think. But now we've got a game in our pocket, so we start building up from here. We go to the net bank.
Now, when it comes to a live wire, Ufilenda, when he came on and you brought him on, he brought a lot of pace to the game. Is that what you were looking for in the second 45?
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted the wingers to open wide and create 1v1, and then if our fullback supports, then there's an overload of the 10s. So he did his part, and he put in a good shift when he came in. So yeah, I'm proud of him and look to build him up from there.
The pressure of the first match in charge is now gone. How are you feeling?
Disappointing. I think playing the whole 45 minutes with an advantage of a player, and you know, but the character from Marumo players, it was there. So yeah, expensive lesson, like I said. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, Mbo.
There you have it, Tabo September, talking about a very expensive lesson for him, as well as Coach Mabuti Kenyeza, because this was their first match in charge since Coach Kwanele Kopo left the side at the end of December. Now joining me is Coach Dan Malisela. Coach, you look dejected. Why?
I'm tired. Yeah, a bit tired. Yeah, it's always not going to be easy when you get a red card, you know. But you know, all these things change when you make silly mistakes. I think from conceding the free kick for their first goal and to us not following up on the save the goalkeeper makes, you know, it's a bit of ill-discipline from our side, playing ill-discipline. Also to concede again from another set play, you know, because all the goals were scored from set plays and all of that, you know, the 3 goals. Yeah, just a little bit of discipline. But this is how we learn, you know. At the same time, one is very grateful to what the shift that these boys put in. It's not easy. It's not easy to come here, you know, defend, and then still try to attack again, you know, sparingly so on transitions and all of that, and be able to score the equalizer, and be able to contain them for the remainder of the game, you know. Yes, there are moments where we lacked a bit of discipline. Sometimes we wanted to play where we are not supposed to play. You know, but we are lucky to have escaped that with that. But you cannot fault them for anything. You know, you can just appreciate them. You know, and this is the kind of team we have. You know, and I always say to them, you know, if we don't concede, we always have a chance of scoring. You know, had it been the result today, it probably would have been different. But we appreciate the point. You know, could have been better. And we'll live with the point.
You have a fresh new challenge now with the Nedbank Cup coming up this weekend?
Yeah, yeah, we have that. Let's see how we jump that hurdle, you know. First division sides are always difficult. You have Gaba out now with 4 yellow cards. But yeah, we have Masindi out now with a red card for 2 matches. You know, but we'll see how we juggle, we play around with the team and go forward from here.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Sharp, sharp.
There you have it. That is Coach Dan Malisela. He is talking about the difficulty of playing against first division sides. Of course, he would know all about that, having been at the helm at some point. But that is how it ends here at the Buffalo City Stadium, with Marumo Gallants as well as Chippa United sharing the spoils. And this basically means they remain where they were when the match started on the log. From me, Mpoma Boy, and the rest of the crew, it's bye-bye.